back to Napoleon Total War with the World War One mod. The Great War is ongoing, and I am playing as the Russian Empire. So, for most part of the first two videos, we were dealing with the Romanians down here in Moldova, but they have been pushed back, and we're trying to regroup and fight back, and hopefully maybe even push them back, well, push the Romanians back to their capital, but more importantly, maybe opening up the straits there at Constantinople and opening up for my navy. Some people were questioning why I was trying to go with the navy. Well, you can make a shit ton of money, as you can see by the ivory here. So if I get to the down to Africa to trade ivory, I can make tons and tons of money, and that's why I'm trying to get there. Now, all my attempts at getting there not going too well because, well, the touch of my spaghetti have decided to attack me. So not only do I have to deal with the Ottoman Navy, which sank my navy, I now have to attack Mr. Spaghetti as well. And he's in real good position to control the Mediterranean, so that's not gonna be very well. Anyways, for this video, this is the battle we're gonna do right here. I actually tried to get this navy of my cargo ships, of my trade ships, trying to get them out of here. Turns out Germany has spent quite a lot on building up a bloody navy for some reason. God knows why. And oh yeah, that's not even the big one. The big one's over here. So I'm not entirely sure where Germany gets all the bloody money from, but it might be from maybe they're trading. Deutsche Reich, 13,000. Let's see, where am I? Can we see me? Russia. Well, I am at 7,000, so that's pretty good. I am close second, I guess, with about half as much. And then Belgium is the last one. So anyways, the Austrians have been utterly stupid and have marched their army. That army that was standing here was marching around, and then he marched all the way up here. So I'm guessing they're kind of doing a trade because we have some German troops down here. So maybe Germany will try to attack through here, so they'll sort of switch it up a bit. So the Germans will attack out of Austrian territory, and the Austrians will attack out of German territory. Great surprise there. Luckily, though, I've got even Ivanovich, Vasilij, Sabarin, something, Ivan, anyways, and he's got shit ton of artillery, so be prepared for all that sound, because we're gonna blow the shit out of those Austrians. Oh yes, one more thing also. As Mr. Spaghetti turning against me wasn't bad enough, I actually touched his spaghetti. He came over here to touch my spaghetti. So we got an army completely comprised of conscripts. Thousands upon thousands of them. Well, if everyone's a conscript except the general, we can imagine that they have about 8,000 men that's landed in Little Tartary, Odessa. Nice. Wonderful. And luckily though, hopefully it is all conscripts, because then maybe my artillery can go ahead and do a number on them. The interesting thing is, right now, everyone else has a higher standing army than me, and I'm Russia. And I was maybe planning, and someone in the comments also wanted maybe to see even, although they asked if that was going to be my plan, to sort of mass rush with Russian tactics as claimed, and just storm them with meat shields until the enemy buckled. And at the current stage, that's what the enemy is doing to me. So Odessa, it's not going to be very nice, and they're going to have to force this conscript battalion, which I actually moved out just to keep this port under control. Very likely is we're gonna lose this, so maybe I should just go ahead and end the upgrades here, because they're not gonna go through, and instead we should focus in on building up this place a bit more, to building up Kiev, Ukraine. Well, what a strange time we live in, where the Russian Empire decides to invest in Ukraine. in legal matters. Let's go ahead and, you know, snipers and grenadierski and all kinds of stuff. That could be pretty nice. So we'll invest in that. And then we're recruiting troops at full capacity on most places, I think, for the most part. I guess we could get some more conscripts, but the conscripts so shit that we're maybe not going to do that. Instead, what I could do, I can't afford, well, we can do some other upgrades throughout the empire instead. Right, let's see, boom, and no, I'm not going to build that, I'm not going to build that either. You know what, this is fine. Right, we're not going to deal with Mr. Touch Spaghetti, we're going to attach to Waldo. Let's find Waldo Reinhold of the Austrian army, and he's going to be met by Ivan Vasilievich Sabrynyev. And before we forget it, actually, I just released video number 2 where I ask you what I should name General Hey, and so we're gonna rename him to the first one who asked for it, which was Mad Max. So this general, he kind of looks like, I guess, a Mad Max with his very flamboyant appearance. Mad Max. There we go, General Mad Max in control here of, let's call it the Romanian front, and I'm not entirely sure what the army will be called. It's kind of interesting in the other, let's see, can I? General Mad Max. In the other Total War, the more recent one with, oh, we can upgrade this with Rome and so forth. I don't like the fact that you can't move like single units around. I don't like that, but having the sort of they should have probably kept that so you can move single units around and station them all over instead of having the sort of garrison to sort of make up for that fact that let's not talk about that, but the fact that you have this sort of naming the armies, that the tradition get upgraded and so forth is interesting. Especially, they probably needed that because the generals die so very quick in those games because of time. Anyways, let's go ahead and attack, shall we? Waldo, where are you? Oh, it looks as though I found Waldo. What do they have? Oh shit, it's kind of lucky that I had this much artillery because the enemy has just as many almost. They have 5 artillery pieces and I've got 6. They've got old felt cannons though. And I've got oh yeah, it's also old, but I think mine might fire in a higher arc. I'm not entirely sure. They've got some rifle battalions. Most of it is conscript battalions and 1 pioneer force. 2 cavalry units that's going to get absolutely destroyed. So the enemy outnumbers with a little bit, but I doubt that's going to change anything. We've got more artillery. Anyways, let's go ahead and fight this battle. And here we are with the general stationed behind the artillery, which I have quite a lot of. I mean, if you look from one side to the other, you probably can't even begin to imagine how many cannons there is. There's 8 cannons per each group, and there are 6 groups, meaning there's a hell of a lot of cannons. And it's all going to be unleashed on the little town up ahead where the Austro-Hungarian force is holding up. I've gone ahead and set it up so we've got the newly recruit, or the units that don't have any experience. They're going to be in front, and we're going to send them forward first in the attack, and then we're going to bring in the others. Now let's see, where is it? Now I do enable the flags again, but I'm not entirely sure why they haven't come online. We've got the map anyway, so I guess I can try to look there to spot enemy units that are moving forwards and so forth. Anyways, let's go ahead and start. Yes, my reinforcements very necessary. There goes most of the batteries firing upon the enemy. imagine what's going on here. And the thing is, of course, the batteries, they don't have limited ammunition. So, yeah, good luck, Austria. Or the Austro-Hungarian forces, I should say. There goes the enemy general. The enemy has not been able to return fire yet. And here's one battery that's retreating. Here's another one. Oh, and here's the rest of them. So, not only did we completely break their front line up, or break all, I mean, we broke all their artillery, we killed their general, and so far we haven't lost a single man as of yet. The thing is, the artillery is still bombarding these guys, which I'm not so sure about that they should continue to shoot at the general. Oh. Ooh. Might they have they killed 4 guys. But you saw all the bullets that came from the trench. And then the artillery bombardment that came after. It's kind of ridiculous when you have sort of these artillery bombardments that don't need like to they don't run out of ammo, which is kind of ridiculous. Oh, we bombarded the enemy moving up. The thing is, I really want to make sure that we stop the enemy artillery of firing back at us, and I'm going to concentrate on them. And I think my lines, as there is right now, can probably hold against the enemy. So I'm going to make sure that we try to blow these guys away before they start to return fire. These guys, I'm guessing they're getting back on their artillery. Or there might just be, the air might not be clever enough to actually put the men back on their artillery pieces. I'm just blowing the shit out of this area. Right, you know what? The enemy is not. Right, artillery, hold your fire. Hold your fire for now. Okay, so the front line started opening fire here, back and forth from the front line towards the Austrians, which are advancing across the field. Not gonna go very well for them. Oh, this battalion is coming under fire. You know what? Run into that building if you can. There's a Dragoon unit right there. I'm gonna see about if the Austrian front line can get a bit more stabilized. The Pioneers, I thought it was actually Jaegers. Oh, these guys even got Stahlhelms. They've got proper hats on compared with our men.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
One in his bodyguard is died. I wouldn't say that that's too much of a disaster, would you? So just by the rifle fire, we've already sent the one Landsturm unit back. Now another one. There is... Oh! This artillery piece is actually returning fire. A single artillery piece. Oh, it's actually a few more. Spread out like crazy. But we cannot have that, so I'm gonna tell my artillery to open fire on them. So absolute madness here. Let's see when the artillery goes off again. There we go. Kaboom! Didn't actually kill any of them, I think. Or might have done.
Our men are
Oh,
running.
it cleared
sir.
off that one. What? Who's running? Oh, these guys. They were cornered by the enemy cavalry before they were able to get into the house. And so the armed citizenry is retreating. So the dragoons were actually successful in that job, dealing with armed citizenry, but that's probably about it in terms of their capabilities. Right, imagine that artillery piece is not going to come back. We're going to bombard this other one then, and make sure to blow that one away. And then on the front lines here, not going too well, looking at the dead bodies right here of the 46th Landsturm Battalion. The new one they've pushed in, the 50th. But they suffer casualties, heavy casualties as well. I was gonna say the pioneers in the bushes have done pretty well, but there's only 22 of them left. There's only 62 of those guys left. Come on, will you blow that bloody artillery piece to hell already? The thing is, the enemy had quite a few more battalions. I imagine there's a lot more units hiding in the forest still. It really is a disaster for the Austro-Hungarian force. Where did that cavalry unit go? Artillery, hold your fire. God damn it, these guys are back on their guns. And they're firing at us. Open up on them. Oh! The Austro-Hungarians, for a second there, came out in force. You know what? Hold fire. And then pick target on your own accord, which means you'll probably target the enemy infantry, which is concentrating right about here right now. And hopefully, we'll blow them away. Holy shit! The amount of bombardment. Now is our time. The Russian line will advance over the trench laps, forwards. Some artillery, we're getting some enemy shots coming back at us. We're advancing the line now. Hopefully that will expose the enemy hiding in the forest. And as that happens... Holy shit! If the screen just wouldn't shake that much. You can hardly... oh, the enemy dragoon unit still around, apparently. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon because it just got... oh, here comes the enemy now. I have a few veteran units ready to make a stand.
A glorious victory,
The line will
is
hold.
soon to be yours.
You will advance. And these two units will advance on the flank. So this one got all the hell of that bombardment. Oh, it kind of looked like he was helping his friend up. Time to go. It's shaking way too much. Like, you can't really get good close-ups because it's just shaking so much. And look at all the bodies. A generation lost. Holy hell. There's still some of them, I guess, holding in the forest. Oh, the armed citizenry are back. Or I guess it's a new one. Trying to get into the house. I guess there's really nothing left at this point. Holy shit. It's like a machine gun just because of all the fire that came down on that. Absolute massacre of the Austrian force. So many dead bodies inside that forest. Holy shit. Right. I think the Austrians had enough. Artillery, hold your fire. God damn it. And the town was blown to bits as well.
We have taken a building, sir.
Oh, we've taken a building, sir. Very good. The remnants of the crushed army. Oh, two captains running next to each other. Let's just take a look at some of the carnage here, where they all sort of gathered up. There's so many dead people everywhere. Absolute slaughter. And I don't even have machine guns or anything like that yet. And even with this, well, it's kind of a lot. I kind of had a lot of artillery pieces. So, yeah. Pretty darn effective. I don't think we need this many artillery pieces in each army. It's almost kind of overpowered to have these many. But if the enemy is going to be outnumbering us, we might just need these many artillery pieces. Right, let's go back to the campaign map tab after a very successful victory. Should probably just name them 1, 2 and so forth, rather than tribbly babbly boobly boo. Right, here we go. So we lost 1,000 men, while the enemy lost most of their army, leaving about 900 men alive. Highest kills was one of the it's all artillery that got from 350 to 600 kills each. Infantry wasn't far behind. Some of the infantry got up to 300. Old. Oh wait, Pratoka. Old. Is that deployed 400 men? That's not artillery, that's infantry. Here comes the artillery. So the artillery, I was wrong. Artillery around 300, 3 to 200. Infantry 600 to 350. So the artillery, the infantry did actually better than the artillery. Let's see if we can continue. Nope, we cannot. I guess. It's the artillery that's dragging us down. So we're gonna just select all the infantry and end them, and then join back with the army. I think we actually lost an infantry unit. Or did I? Didn't I have a full stack? Complete full stack? He gained, what did he gain? Novice Strategist. And he gained Confident General, basic understanding of the arts. So Ivan is doing pretty well up here. And we've seen off the enemy. We're gonna replenish for a bit. We've got, I guess we can put the light guy in there, and the other two, not sure where to send them. We've got more troops on the way. We've got the cavalry units gonna go in here and try to scout a bit. We have this force pushing forwards to here, but they've got bunkers. Now last time we played against bunkers, it didn't go very well. They bugged out like hell, and I just had to shoot everything sort of around them. So they're kind of buggy as I recall. But we're gonna see how that goes. So I'm guess maybe focusing more on the Romanian front. I've got artillery. But I guess the more pressing thing is to deal with the bloody Italians in the next episode. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!